Hey, hi, good morning, everyone. Um, Sorry for being late. I think we can start. Today we will be starting with MongoDB, right? But before we start with MongoDB, I wanted to know if any of the other languages completed by now, right? Like either Python or SQL. Any one of those two?
Puneet, hello. Hello.
Hello. Okay. So Python or SQL is done. Very nice, right?
Hello.
Okay. Cool. So if you guys have SQL not started for some of you, okay, I can understand. Okay, but Python is done. Very nice. Okay. Now, anyone who has completed SQL, I think he will be able to understand what a structured data is. But let's say because a few of you has not learned SQL yet, so I'll start with the very basic itself. Okay. So in general, there are two types of data that we have. Okay. One is structured data and another one is unstructured data. Okay. When we say structured data means that a data set which has a structure, like the data which can be stored in the rows and column format. Okay. Now, let me maybe share my screen. Give me a minute. Right. So yeah, tell me. So I was saying that there are two type of data set. One is structured and another one is unstructured. Okay, two types of data set that we have. Structured data set is nothing but anything which can be stored in a rows and column format. Like for example, we have Excel, right? In Excel, if I'm storing a data set, it will always be in the rows and column format. Okay, how the data set will look like? Let's say hypothetically, if I have order level data, then I will have order ID, I will have order date, right? I will have, let's say, delivery date, customer ID, right? Order value, customer address, right? These kind of a things, right? So whenever any new order will come, I will see what is the order ID, what is the order date, what is the delivery date, what is the customer ID, what is the order value, what is the customer address, and I will populate it just below the respective column name. Okay. So that will be an example of structured data. Anything that can be stored in a rows and column format. Okay. And in many cases, I would say in 95% of the cases, this is how our data set will look like. Most of the analytics that we do is on structured data. Okay. That's why SQL is a very popular language in data analytics. Okay. So if someone has like in your group, if someone has already completed SQL, I hope you guys was paying attention in the class because it is going to be a most important module of your whole course structure, right? And anyone for whom SQL has not started yet, whenever it will start, right? Please pay attention there. But again, as I said, it is going to be the most important module in your whole course, right? Why? Because most of the data set that we deal with are structured data. Okay, there are many benefits of keeping the data structured, right? You can put a lot of conditions on this data set. For example, I can say that the order ID should always be unique. So if there is already a order ID 1234, let's say, right, I can put a condition that the order ID column should always be unique. If I will now try to insert one more row with the same order ID, it will immediately give me an error. Okay, it will immediately give me an error. So that there should not be any duplication for order ID. So I can put these kind of constraints on the structured data. I can put a constraint that the customer address should never be null. It should always be present. If it is missing, you will not be able to insert the row here. Right? So these are called acid properties of a table. Okay, where we make sure that there are certain constraints that we are applying on the table, right? Because we want it that way, and the table should satisfy all of those constraints. Another example can be banking data, right? In banking data, instead of order ID, what I will have transaction ID. Instead of order date, I will have transaction date. I will have buyer ID instead of customer ID. I will have sender ID, or let's say a merchant ID, right? Then I will have transaction value. Okay. Then maybe which card was used or location or all of those things, right? Now just imagine for a moment. Let's say all of this data is getting populated in a real time. Let's say I have transaction ID. I have transaction ID. I have transaction date, transaction value. I have buyer ID. I have merchant ID, right? These kind of a thing. So whenever you will initiate any transaction, a transaction ID will get generated, right? There will be a particular transaction value, and the amount will get deducted from the buyer and it will get credited to merchant, right? Or in general, what we keep it, we call it sender ID and receiver ID. Okay. So amount will get deducted from sender's place and it will get added to receiver ID. Okay. Now just imagine when you are making that transaction, it can happen that the transaction failed in between. So the transaction ID got generated, some random number. Transaction date got populated, right? Transaction value got populated. Sender ID got populated, right? But before you receive the receiver ID, the transaction failed in between. Okay. If the transaction failed in between, what will happen? The receiver ID will remain null. Right? Ideally, that kind of data should not be there in the transaction table. Just imagine in a banking table, right? You have the sender ID, you know that someone is sending money, you know that he is sending money of 5,000 rupees, you know on which date he is sending the money, but you don't even know to whom you are sending the money, right? That will be a problem because in that case, I will like the bank will receive the money, but they don't know whom to send this money to, right? So I can put a constraint in those cases that if I don't have all the values, if I don't have all the values, the transaction will immediately fail and the money will send back to the original source. If any of this is missing, okay, I cannot have a case where any one of these things is missing. So I can put that constraint on a structured data. Okay, that kind of a constraint is needed and is helpful. Okay, then there is something called unstructured data. Okay, what will be an example of unstructured data? Just imagine it like this. Uh, yeah, I think Twitter will be a better example. JSON data, very nice, Srikanth, right? Twitter will be a very better example, like all social media platform, right? Whenever you make a post on social media, like on Twitter, you will have post content, right? What are you posting? And then let's say you will have post date, at which date you have made that tweet, Then you will have, username. Then you will have maybe number of likes, right? Number of retweets. Now, so let's say you have this kind of a table. The problem with this table is, let's say tomorrow, right? Which let's say Alan anyway did. He added one more thing, let's say number of views. Number of views, right? Very common on a social media platform that you will be making these kind of changes. If you look at the banking data, it is not that common that you are every now and then you are having a new feature. No. With banking data is very sorted. Like for 50, 60 years last, the structure has been the same, right? You need the certain XYZ values, and that's all you need. But when it comes to social media, it is a evolving thing, right? With every month, you get a new feature or a new design, right? In that cases, let's say just imagine if your table was only this much. If I need to add a new column to this, okay, that will be a problem. Okay, whenever you have a fixed structure of the table and you want to add a new column to it, and let's say that data is getting populated in real time, right? That is always a problem. Why it is a problem? First of all, it is slow. If this is a static data, then it is very easy. Then it is not a problem. But if it is a data which is dynamic, which is getting populated in real time, changing the structure of the table can lead to multiple issues. One of the issue being, let's say, for example, the values not getting captured. It can be a very slow thing. It can put the whole website down. Okay. And this is a very common change in social media. You will add these kind of things. Or maybe let's say, let's have one more problem. This is one problem that it is the table structure is always changing. You are adding new features. Okay. The other problem can be like the kind of data that I want to capture. Let's say I want to capture all of this thing, but apart from that, I also want to capture the comments, right? So how many columns you will create? Comment one, comment two, comment three, right? How many columns should I create that it should be sufficient? Too many, don't you think? If I will start capturing every comment like this, is it sustainable? No, right? This is not sustainable. If you will start capturing every comment like this, okay, because maybe one particular tweet will have no comment at all, another particular tweet can have, let's say, thousands of comments, right? So won't it be better, let's say, if I can create something like a JSON format, right? JSON format, in JSON format, more or less the things are in a vertical format. You will not have it like this. You will have it like this. So instead of having it like this, I will have it in this format. Now, if I have it in this format, the benefit that I have it, let's say this is for let's say your post one. This is your post one. For the next, for the second post, it can be maybe like this, right? Because it had, let's say, multiple comments. No, let's say comment five, comment six, comment seven. So I can always expand it like this if it is in this format, right? The next post, let's say if it had no comment, it will just only be post content, post date, username, number of like, number of retweets. And tomorrow, let's say if I will add one more thing, right? Let's say number of views. So what I will do is I need not to change the previous things. I will just simply add a new column here. I'll just simply add a new column here. We will not call it a common, but as such a value. We'll just call it number of views. From this point onwards, because there is no constraint on how many different rows can be there. Let's say in this format, I'm telling you, right? But if it was like this, then it is a problem, right? Now, this format that I have, like this is one post, this is second post, this is third post. It is more or less called JSON format. Okay, it is called JSON format. So how, let's say, the JSON format values will look like? Let me show you. Mm, JSON. I'm just seeing if I can. Yeah, something like this. See, number of count, like 7 items are there. What are the items? Socks, pant, shirt, hat. Manufacturer, right? And then let's say who is the manufacturer, all the details are there. What is the total price? What is the purchase? This data is stored in a JSON format. This is not in a rows and column format. This is in a JSON format. Okay. So whenever we have data in this format, it is better to use, this is called unstructured data. It will be better if we will be using MongoDB. Okay. MongoDB is the language to deal with unstructured data. SQL is a language to deal with structured data. Okay. As the name also suggests, SQL structured query language. So SQL is for structured data and MongoDB is for unstructured data. Any questions so far? Okay. Another thing is, in case of SQL or structured data, we always have, let's say, a database, then a table. We will have a database, then we will have a table. In that table, we will have rows and then we have columns. Okay. Krishna, structured and unstructured is just two types. The languages can be different to deal with structured data and unstructured data. Okay. So to deal with structured data, the language is SQL. To deal with unstructured data, the language is MongoDB. Okay. Now, in case of MongoDB, it will look like the this same format will look something like this. We will have a database. We will have collection. Okay. Just remember, collection is nothing but same as table in SQL. Okay. Table is like you have a set of rows and columns that is called a table, right? So instead of calling it a table in MongoDB, we call it a collection. Okay. And then we have document. Then we have document. This is one document. This whole thing is one document. Okay. This thing. This is one document. This is document one. This is document two. This is document three. And let's say if this whole thing, I will give it a name. I call it tweet, tweets data, right? Then this tweets data is what? This is the collection. Okay. This is the collection. This is the collection. Okay. This whole thing is a document. You can call it document one. This is your document two. This is your document three. Okay. So under one collection, you have these multiple documents. Clear? Okay. So in case of SQL, every row should follow the same structure. Okay. And I can put constraints like that this thing should be unique. This thing should not be negative. This thing should not be null. On the other hand, in unstructured data, there is no structure to any of these things, right? Any document. The data, like the things can be missing as well. Let's say the post date can be missing altogether. There is no one stopping you. Username can be missing. So things can be missing, the things can be added. There is no structure altogether. Okay. So this kind of a data set is very helpful for things which keeps on changing. On the other hand, structured data is more helpful whenever you know that the table structure is not going to change a lot year over year. Okay. Now, no, Krishna. We will not have rows and columns in case of MongoDB or unstructured data, right? This is I was just putting it in this format, but ideally the format will look something like this. Let's say this. Can we see any rows and columns here? No, right? So this is unstructured data. This is how the data will look like. Just for explaining it, I have put it in this format, but the data will look something like this. Okay, this is how it will look like.
No, actually, I was asking like post one, it can have number of comment, but against that particular post one, it can have like user ID or something in form of columns and all those things. Like in Postgres, we can have the structured rows and columns also, and one column will be like as a data type JSON-B, where you can have the
Mhm.
JSON data stored. So that way I was asking.
Got it, got it. That is possible, Krishna. Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now, to run these commands, to run MongoDB, we need to have a software. So let's first install that software and then we will discuss it more. Okay. Um, MongoDB community server. I'm sharing this link with you. Can you please go to this link? Okay, I have these screenshots that I took when I installed it. Okay. So please try to kind of follow the same steps. Otherwise, I've seen that sometimes it doesn't work. Okay. A lot many time it does not work if you'll not follow the same steps. So let's do it slowly, but let's try to make sure that it will work in the very first time itself. Okay. I have shared this link with you. It will automatically pick which windows you have. Based on that, you can just, or Mac you have. Based on that, you can just download this package. Okay. I think it's a big file, 747 MB if I'm not wrong. Is it downloaded? Yeah, yeah, any version you can download, any latest version you can download. Yeah, it's showing approximately 4 or 5 minutes to download, I believe. Very nice. I'll wait for everyone to download it and then I'll go to the next step. Okay. Wait for another minute. Let me know in case you guys have not downloaded, because without this software, you won't be able to write the query, right? So let's be patient, and then if you're facing any problem, just stop me there itself. Okay. Has everyone downloaded it? Can we move to the next part now? Anyone still downloading it? Just let me know. I'll wait. Sure, Rahul. Okay. So, in general, what happens is very nice, right? So, in
Puneet,
general, yeah, tell
uh,
me.
I heard out like the file has been downloaded in format of the .cr download. Is it correct?
Uh, I'm not sure. I don't know. Let me check.
Okay.
Uh, this is not sure. I think if you've downloaded that file from the
MSI.
same place, then yes, it is fine.
Okay.
For you,
It
it
was
is
8.2.13, right? Current version.
no, no. This is an old screenshot, right? Current version is, let's say, 8.2.3, whatever it is showing you.
Okay. Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me download again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, in general, meanwhile, when you are downloading this file, right? In general, as I was telling you, the most important language are Python and SQL, and MongoDB is something that we should know but is in general used by mostly data engineers. Okay. Like how the structure looks like more or less is that you have a front end. Okay, I don't know these things in very details. I'll just try to give you a very high level idea because I also don't know the details here. But there is a front end where, let's say, you are interacting with a app or a website. You are making clicks. You are browsing, right? That is what your front end is, right? Then you have backend services. This is more like the brain of the whole website. If you will click, then what will happen? If you will do this, then what will happen, right? Those kind of a thing, where most of the time it is created in Node, Java, Python. And if someone knows better than me on this topic, please feel free to pitch in. Okay, so there is front end and there is back end services, and then after this sits the MongoDB, right? Because from here, whatever we are capturing, it is in general unstructured. Okay. We are using MongoDB over here to capture the data. And after MongoDB, we are doing ETL. In general, ETL we are doing using Airflow, or there is something called Kafka, right? And I think Spark, we also use it over here. Then we have ETL. This is extract, transform, and load. Okay. So here, what we will be doing, we will be doing the data massaging. We will be trying to kind of change this data into a structure which is easy to consume. Okay. So what is happening front end, where let's say the user is interacting. Back end is more like the brain of the whole thing, which is deciding what should happen next, what should be the response, and all those things. Then sitting the MongoDB layer, that whatever the interaction is happening, right? Take it as this. This is, let's say, person one, that is the user, right? This is person two, that is, let's say, your website, right? Person one is the user, right? Person two is, let's say, your website. So there's an interaction happening between person one and person two. Okay, person one is asking question, person two is answering those questions, right? And then there is a person three who is noting down everything. Whatever the conversation is happening, that conversation is being noted down very roughly. Let's say very fast. A person is sitting and he is like noting down each and everything. Okay, then this person four is there. He will be looking at the person three's notes, whatever the notes he has written, each and everything that he has written. The person four will be try to kind of put it in a structured format. Person four will try to put it in a structured format. And then there's person five. There is another person who is doing what? Who is kind of, we call it data warehouse. Right? Here we have BigQuery. You must have heard of it. BigQuery we have Snowflakes. We had Redshift. Redshift is a platform by Amazon. BigQuery is the platform
Hadoop
by
and
Google. Yeah,
Hadoop and Hive.
Hadoop is will also sit here only.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay, Hadoop will also sit here only. That is a data warehouse.
okay.
Okay. So now, so what is happening? There is a person one who is starting the conversation, the user. Person two, that is, let's say, your the brain of the website, which is giving you answers, right? Whenever you are asking something or whenever you are doing something, the person two is reacting to it. There is a person three who is noting down all of this interaction very fast. He doesn't have time to kind of make a sense out of it. He's just like noting down each and everything which is happening. Then the person four is there. Okay, this person four, what he is doing, like he is like he is looking at the notes of MongoDB, right, of person three. He's looking at the notes of him, and he is trying to put it in a format which is easy to understand, because now he has a time. He has time. This guy is working in the real time almost, right? This guy has time, so he's trying to kind of make sense of the notes written by this guy, right? And whatever the notes that he has written, he is going to pass it on to person five, who is kind of the manager of that library, right? There is a library in all the note where all the notes are sitting, like different books which are sitting. This person five is storing that data, whatever the structured data that you have created, that person five is storing that data. Okay. And finally, the person six. This is where we sit. Okay. This is in general, right? Again, I'm talking at a very high level. Okay. This is in general, I will say, software development. Okay. Till here, it is most of the time data engineering. Okay. And after that, this is data analytics or data science. Okay. More or less at a very high level, this is how you can imagine things. Okay. So, this person six, now this data set that you have created and you have stored in this library, this person six, that who is the data analytics guy or the data scientist guy, he is responsible to kind of create beautiful dashboards out of it, to create reports out of it, to create to do analysis on top of it, right? So here what we will be doing, we will be doing dashboards, we will be doing reports, we will be doing analysis, we will be creating models. All of this will happen over here. Okay. At a very high level, are you guys being able to understand what we are doing? Where the MongoDB will be sitting, right? So in general, as a data scientist or data analyst guy, you will be, let's say, dealing with SQL or Python, because Python can also be used for analytics. Okay. Any question?
No, Puneet, I have downloaded the file.
Mm-hmm.
Then in choose setup type, it should be complete or custom.
Yeah, yeah, we are going there. Please
Okay.
don't. If everyone has downloaded it, please double click and open the software or the file. Okay, just simply click on next. I accept the terms and complete. We need to do a complete installation. Come to this screen. Okay, complete. Then install MongoDB as a service. Right? Try to kind of have the same screen if possible. Shrikant, what it is showing for macOS?
Like it is showing one kind of file that we need to extract. In that
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is bin
So,
folder
yeah,
and
yeah.
some text folders,
Okay.
and no application file is there.
No application file is there.
Yeah, it is having bin folder and license and plist, MPL2, README, third party notices only.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Just give me a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Complete, and then go to this screen, next screen. And in the next screen, let's just say first be on this screen. See if everything is more or less same or not. Okay, then go to the next one. And if it is not already clicked, please click install MongoDB Compass. Okay, and then install. That's it. Okay. Um, can you please share your screen if possible, Shrikant?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, open this bin file. What is
Puneet, do
there?
we have to select run service as network service user? I missed that part.
Just 1 minute.
If you can just open the
Yeah,
screenshot.
it should be run service as a network service user.
Okay. And we just have to click next, next, and install.
Yes, next. And then make sure that in the next screen, install MongoDB Compass is checked. We want to install it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Go back, Shrikant. Hmm. I'm just also trying to Google it.
Once I'll check the YouTube videos, like there is some video available,
Mhm.
and I will check once and I will try to do.
Sure, sure. Please. Yeah, it looks like it's not that straightforward on Mac. I just also checked the YouTube video itself. Um, cool. Share my screen. Okay, rest of you, have you installed and is it looking something like this, Compass?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then got a screen of like welcome to MongoDB Compass, add new connection.
Yes, yes, yes. Please.
Yeah, like
Apart from Shrikant, I know Shrikant is facing a problem because the Mac, right? But apart from Shrikant, anyone else facing any problem? Is everyone on the screen? Okay, Hema. So, Hema, is it installed for you? Okay, okay. Okay, so apart from Hema, Shrikant, and Pooja, you are also using Mac. Okay, so three people. Apart from these three, anyone who is using Windows facing any problem? Okay, let's get this thing done first. So for anyone who is using Windows, click on this add new connection,
okay.
right? On the next screen, type this thing out as a URL.
Yeah, it's already typed.
It's very nice if it is already typed.
Puneet, it is still in process of installation.
Sure, sure, no problem. Can any one of you, I think Shrikant, you're already trying something, right? Pooja or um, Pooja or Hema, right? Are you guys trying something or like do you need help? Okay. Okay. Are you guys trying through Homebrew? Like when I was trying to Google it, it is saying that you need to try it through Homebrew. Are you guys using the same thing? For the ones who are using Windows, let's say if you have already installed it, click on the add new connection. See if you are seeing this kind of a screen or not. If yes, just click on save and connect. I will repeat the step if someone is not already here. But anyone who has installed it, please click on save and connect. And let me know if you are being able to see this final screen. If yes, then the things are working for us.
Yeah, in a site localhost 27017, there is a admin config local.
Okay, nice. Okay, so anyone who is using Windows, I'm hoping you guys are not facing any problem, right? Everyone is getting the screen?
Yes, getting
Nice,
to see.
nice, nice. Okay, now Shrikant, Pooja, or Hema, like guys, do you guys need my help installing? Or should I just give you like 10 minutes or 15 minutes and then we should start? Whatever you guys will suggest.
Puneet, 2 minutes.
Hmm.
I'm trying from YouTube, following the video. If it works, let's see.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Same for you, Hema. Very nice, Hema. Okay. So guys, if you guys have already installed it and you are being able to see the screen, feel free to take the break. We will start at 10:10 again. Okay. I'm here online. I'm sitting. In case, let's say someone has already installed um and just sitting idle, maybe you can just take a 10 minutes break. We will start coding part at 10:10.
Puneet, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wanted to know, like, in for data analytics, we generally using for like analysis part Python or ML and like SQL. So,
Mm-hmm.
how MongoDB, like how NoSQL or MongoDB will be useful?
Uh,
Like,
Honestly, not much. Like that is the honest answer, Nishant, right?
yeah,
It's just that
okay,
there are certain things that just need to know at a high level that okay, these kind of things do exist. Okay.
okay,
And if let's say needed, let's say that
yeah,
2-3% chance if it is needed, you at least have some high level idea that okay, this is how it looks like. So for example, in last 12 years, I have never used myself MongoDB. I have never seen anyone using MongoDB. Okay. The reason being is that my whole career is into data analytics and data science itself, right? So my group is also of the
okay,
same people, right? The people
o-
that you will be sitting with, having lunch, right? Hanging out, the
yeah,
same people.
yeah,
So
yeah,
no, those people are not using it. Yes. On sometimes we do interact with the data engineering team as well. I know that
okay,
those guys use it, right? Why we need to use it is because sometimes once in a blue moon, right, you need to edit
yeah,
something, okay,
okay,
or
okay,
something which is in the JSON format that you want to convert or want to do like small changes here and there, right?
yeah,
So when I had no idea about MongoDB, it used to be like there is always a resistance. You feel that okay, it
yeah,
is something
exactly,
which is very complex. I will not be able to understand, or some XYZ will happen, right? But
yeah,
if you have even 10%, 20% exposure to a language,
yeah,
you don't hesitate much if you eventually needs to use it somewhere. Okay,
okay,
that's the whole
yeah,
idea of this 2 days of class. We will have just 2 days of class for this, right? To give
okay,
us
okay,
a very high level idea that okay, this is how MongoDB looks like. This is how let's say it is different from SQL, so that if someone in the future takes this name, right?
Yeah.
MongoDB, you will not be afraid of it, right? That, okay, it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
something that I don't know, or maybe I will not be able to learn, or it's, let's say, a lot of effort.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's what the idea is. I'm not just unlike SQL or Python, I'm not expecting you to learn all the syntax or remember all the syntax end to end, right? Just running
Yeah.
a few codes here and there, understanding that, okay, this is what SQL, this is what MongoDB is, having that high level idea will be enough. The chances that we will be using it as a data analyst or a data scientist, 3 or 4%, 5%, not more than that.
Yeah. Because the 2 days back, I have been in interview. Like,
Hmm.
so they asked about like, do you know JSON or not?
Hmm.
So I was like, I don't have any idea. Like, I know
Hmm.
JSON files, but I have never worked upon this.
Right, right. So let's say, for example, this is what the whole thing is. Let's say next time someone will ask me that, I will have at least some idea that, okay, there is
Yeah.
something called MongoDB, which is used for JSON thing. So I can always say that, yeah, I have a high level idea of those things,
Okay.
right?
And will it be useful for like, suppose in the ML or like AI part?
No, no,
No, no, there is no use.
no use.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think if I'm not wrong, I'm just guessing. I don't want an answer from you, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
that if I'm not wrong, most probably the interview that you have given is for a startup or a small scale company.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that much I know MongoDB is much more
Hmm.
useful for backend part. Like if
Hmm.
you are going for full stack developer or backend developer, you are
Right.
then yeah, because I heard my friends like they are using MongoDB
Hmm.
for those like backend part.
Right. Right.
Okay. Yep.
Yes, it's same as, let's say, for example, when I talk to any software developer, do they know
Yeah.
SQL? Yes, they know. They know SQL, right? But
Yeah.
like how much that they use it in their day-to-day life, like very rarely. Okay, but
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
they know it?
Okay.
Yes, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But for me, it has been my bread and butter for the last 12 years, right?
Okay.
I think in a month I write more SQL codes maybe a developer has written in the last 10 years, right? So
Okay.
the same goes for MongoDB as well. Obviously, it is a useful language. That's why it exists, right?
Yeah.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
uh, but maybe not for us that
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
Very nice, Pooja. Right? So Pooja has installed it. So Hema and Shrikant, right? If you need any help, maybe you can take Pooja's help as well. So Pooja, did you use some video or ChatGPT stuff? If
Uh,
some video, can you please share the link?
okay. Uh, ChatGPT is more useful because in video they might have uh,
Mm-hmm.
used before, like they have used ChatGPT to run it on terminal.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
is confusing. So better we can use ChatGPT. I can paste the steps.
That will be very helpful. At
Yeah,
least for the next time, I can maybe use those
yeah,
for
I'm
my.
pasting them.
Right. And again, Hema and Shrikant, if you need any help, maybe you can ask Pooja. Okay, can we start? Right. Pooja, can you also try this add new connection? Click on that and see if you are being able to connect it.
Yeah, I can see those database admin and all.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let me this cool. Okay. I'll share my screen now. Compass. Okay. I hope everyone has something similar to this. Right. Now, what do we have over here are nothing but database. Okay. We will create a new database. Database is nothing but I don't want to use this, but database is nothing but a collection of collections. Okay, what do I mean by that? Like I said, right? These things like post one, post two, post three, right? All of these together will be part of one collection. We call it a collection. In case of SQL, we call it a table, right? Let's say, for example, over here, this is nothing but a order details table. This is nothing but transaction table. Okay. But in case of MongoDB, instead of calling it a table, because it is not a table, we call it a collection. Okay. When you have multiple collections at one place, that is called a database. Okay. So now what we will do is we will create one database. We'll create a database. See, click here, click here. Right. So what we have done so far is you have installed two things. Okay, you have installed MongoDB server and you have installed MongoDB Compass. Okay, what is MongoDB server? Server is nothing again like a brain of the whole thing. It will be able to read your codes, the MongoDB codes, and see whether there is a syntax issue or not. If there is no syntax issue, it will compile it. That is what the server is, right? And Compass is nothing but the front end where we will be able to interact with MongoDB. Okay. So first we will create a database. If you click here, create database, I need to give a database name. Okay. I need to give a database name. Let's call it maybe test to start with. Let's call it test. And there is a collection. Again, database is database, just like SQL. Collection is nothing but a table. Collection is nothing like a table, but a table. Okay. Let's give this table name as well, something name. Let's say user. I can give it small user. Okay. Now, whenever you are creating a database, it is also asking you to create a collection as well. Why? Because in SQL, you can create a database without having a table into it. Okay, that is possible in SQL. it is possible, I'll write it here, in SQL, it is possible to have a database without any table into it. So you can simply create a database without having any constraint. But in MongoDB, each database should have at least one collection. At least one collection. This is the reason that whenever we create a database in Compass, it also asks us for name of collection. Okay, so whenever you are creating a database, it is also asking you for the name of collection. Why? So that the database and collection will get created together. Why it is getting created together? Because in case of MongoDB, you cannot have a blank database. Okay, in the same database, there can be multiple collections, but there should at least be one collection. At least one should be there. That's why when I'm creating a new database, from here, it is asking me, let's say, testdb, collection name user. It is asking me for a collection as well. Okay, use this name, like, or use any other name, doesn't matter. Okay, and just simply click on create database. You should be able to see a database, testdb, and a collection under it. Okay, now so you have a collection, but that collection is empty. Very nice, Hema. For you, it is also done. Can you test the connection as well? Can you add a new connection here and see if you're seeing something like this? Click on this add new connection. Okay, so for the rest of you, we have created a collection, a collection user in the database testdb, right? Now we want to add data to it, right? This is the option to add data. There are two options. One is we can insert a document manually, or we can import a CSV file. Okay, we will start with importing a document like manually. So click on this add data and click on insert document. Okay, insert document, and here let's say you can just delete this thing and we will insert it from scratch ourselves. Okay, let's create a very simple document. Let's say I can call it maybe username. You can give any name in the username and then a comma. Let's say age, right? Then let's say salary. It's something like this. Okay, so this is just one document, just like we had here, right? Here, just like that. I have this is just one document. I can create multiple documents as well, but we will do start with one. Okay, so username is nothing but more or less you can call it a column name. If you want to draw a parallel with the SQL, this is nothing but column name. This is also column name. So one column is username, one column is age, one column is salary. Okay, and I can just simply insert, or maybe let's add one more actually. Username, let's say Rahul is, let's say 40. This is 20,000. What I'm doing wrong? Uh, what have we? Yeah, I'm doing it right. What is the problem? Uh, Rahul is. Oh, the bigger brackets. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we can insert multiple documents as well like this. Okay. Do something like this and just click on insert. So your data set will have now two rows, all right, or two documents in this case. Okay. Simply click insert and you will be able to see, let's say two rows. This is just, it is showing you that, okay, this is a data which exists here.
Puneet, I have
Uh-huh.
one question. Here I
Mm-hmm.
can see like ID is like it's assigned by itself.
Yes,
So is
yes,
that
right.
unique?
Yeah, it will always be unique. That's a very nice observation, Nisha, right? It will always be unique, right? And it gets assigned by itself.
Itself, like
Yeah.
someone is using like how it's working, like I can say it's like whoever is working and it's assigned the unique ID to them. Is it like that?
So each document is assigned one ID, unique ID.
Yeah.
Each document.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I said, right? Let's say, for example, here, this is one document.
Yeah.
So this will be assigned one ID. This is one document. So this will be assigned one ID, and this is one document assigned one ID, unique ID, without you doing anything.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Kind of primary key for document. If we
Yes,
compare it with
yes,
SQL.
right. That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. Now maybe I'm just showing you a sample query that maybe we can write. Let's say I want to write a query in which I want to write a query, let's say, which filters the data for all the, let's say, users whose age is, let's say, more than 35. Okay. So what I can do is I can do this. I can write age. I don't know how it is like this. Age, right? So on age column, I want to put uh, a filter. On the age column, I want to put a filter. And what is the filter that I want to put? Dollar sign GT. GT is greater than. Okay, dollar sign GT greater than, let's say 35. Okay, so what this is doing is it is telling me that on age, apply a filter that it should be greater than 35. So give me all the rows. You might be seeing it like this. If you want to write it in multiple rows, you can just press shift and enter together. Shift and enter together. It will go to multiple lines. Okay, and if you will just click on find, you will see that only one output will be visible now, not the whole thing, because I am filtering for age greater than 35. Right? Similarly, okay, this is one thing. Here you cannot save the queries. I will tell you later a different way of saving the queries. But for now, if you want, you can save it in a notepad separately. GT is greater than, Hema. GT is greater than. If I wanted greater than and equal to, I think it is GTE. Okay, greater than and equal to. I'll show you later in a script where we can, I'll show you, I will give all the shortcuts. What is GT means, what is, there's something called LT lower than, then LT lower than and equal to. Okay. So this is what one query will look like. If you'll remove this, we'll remove this and simply just click on find, it will show you again the all the queries, all the rows. Okay, so this is one thing, adding, let's say, the data like this. Now, maybe what you can do is, let's say delete this data. How it will happen is, if we have the database and if I want to delete it, I can just simply click on drop database, and I just need to write down test db, and if I say drop database, it will drop. Okay. If I want to delete it, If I want to create a new collection, I can just simply create it from here.
Puneet, before
Mhm.
deleting, can we take the complete collection or export it, as I can see an option there,
Right, right.
so that we
Yes,
can import it later if you want to?
yes, yes, we can. We can just, as you yourself mentioned, we can export it from here.
Okay,
But I wanted to show you a different way of, I have a different data set that we can maybe import.
okay, okay. So as of now, we have to just delete it, right?
No, no, no need to delete. I was just showing you that if you want to delete it, then you can delete it from here.
Oh,
Option. I just showing you.
okay.
Okay. Now let's create one more collection. Right. Let's give this collection a name. Maybe let's say items. Okay. I have created a new collection called item. Now in this item, we will again insert document. We will insert document in two ways. One by manually writing it. Second by CSV file. So we'll try both the ways now. So we'll click on insert document. Again, remove this. Name, let's say headphones. Okay. Price, maybe say 3,000. Brand, maybe let's say MR. Similarly, name, laptop, price, $3,000.
Puneet, I have one more
Mhm.
doubt. Is it case sensitive or insensitive?
These things,
Yeah,
the column
yeah,
name,
case
this is case
yeah,
sensitive.
case sensitive. And what about like the inputs we are giving, like headphones and
Yeah,
suppose?
actually that is also case sensitive.
Okay.
Mm, Smartphone. Just showing you, let's say this is another way of creating document, right? Where you're manually writing it. And after this, I will show you how we can insert the rows as well. Mhm. Create a document like this and create it.
One more doubt, like while we are creating a table in
Mm-hmm.
SQL, we
Mm-hmm.
have to define a like a data type as well, like int, char, or
Mm-hmm.
primary keys. So
Mm-hmm.
those things we have to like. Is it similar in here as well or not?
No, no constraint altogether. No constraint. Any type will not be
What
there.
about data types?
No, let's say for example, just for an example, what I did here over here is
Yeah,
price 3,000, price 60,000, then price in a string format.
yeah.
Okay? Not giving me any error.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that, yeah, I can see. Yeah.
So no constraint of any kind, right? Even let's say, for example, in structured data, we have a constraint on the length of the text as well. If we want to
Okay,
put, if we want to put it, but here we can just keep on writing it. There is no one stopping it.
okay, okay.
Puneet went out. So after
Mhm.
inserting, if I need to update any data in this column, is that
Yeah.
possible? That
Hmm. Yeah, it is possible. I'll cover everything like slowly, step by step, right? So
okay.
we'll start with this thing. Let's say, for example, if I want all the things, then what the query should write? If I only want the name, then what I should write? If I want to filter something, how we should write it? Then if I want to aggregate something, then how should we like everything? And if you want to update something or delete something, again, we will end to end cover it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So we will insert this. Right? So now we have these three. Like manually, we have added these three data points. Now, let's try to do something similar with the CSV file as well. Let me share the CSV file with you over chat. Okay, I have shared one file with you over chat. Please download it and then click on Add Data and import JSON or CSV file.
Within the same collection, right?
Within the same collection, yes. Within the same collection,
Yeah,
already have three rows or three documents
yeah, yeah.
manually inserted. We will add a CSV file as well.
Okay.
Click on that and just select and just simply click import.
And delimiter, like here, delimiter is automatically selected, like comma or
Right.
like do we have to select?
No, comma is fine. CSV
Yeah,
is anyway comma separated file, right?
yeah,
So
comma
yeah,
separated. Yeah.
right. So by default we'll keep it comma until unless you feel that no, my I need something tab semicolon or something like that.
Okay.
Then we will change it. But most of the time it will be just comma separate. Okay, and then we can just simply click on import.
Yeah.
And you will see that all these other rows are also now part of the same collection. right? Now, just showing you a few sample queries. Let's say if I want to uh, get everything, then the simple thing is like simply find. Click on find, and you will get all the whole data set. Okay. Now, if I want only a few columns, what maybe I can do is, let's say I want name column. So name should be, let's say, one. Then let's say I want price. I don't want anything else. I want name and price. So name is one, price is one. What happened? Okay, my bad. And then I'll tell you why we need to write it like this. Just give me a minute. Name is one. Oh, yeah, say, okay. What is wrong? Name and price. Okay. Control AX. Fine. Okay. Got it, got it. Let's say I want only those things where the name is laptop. So we'll just say name and we'll say laptop. There is something like that, right? Name as laptop. Yeah, small l. Right? And it will give me only those where the name is laptop. Write this, and I'll show you another one.
It seems to be case sensitive, right? Because since I have put a capital L, it is not, and if I'm trying to search with small l, it is not able to fetch that data.
Right, right. It is case sensitive. Like even if I will write n here like this, nothing will be there, right? So even the column name is case sensitive, the data is also case sensitive.
Okay.
Both.
Puneet, one question.
Mhm.
Yeah, column is the case sensitive, it can be understood, but if laptop, like during collecting data, laptop comes as in like capital L.
Uh-huh.
So what will happen at that time? It will the data error or I mean error
No,
by
it's
collecting
not.
data?
It's not data error. It is just something different, right?
Okay.
Um, um, like even your SQL from a data perspective is a case sensitive thing. Like in an
Yeah.
SQL, if you are writing something like this, just giving an example where a name is equal to Puneet. This is a different query as compared to if you will write name equal to Puneet. Both will
Yes.
give different results, right? So even in
Yeah.
SQL, that is the case. In SQL, the only benefit that we have is that the whatever is not part of the data, right? Let's say, for example, here if I will write this or this,
Yeah.
both are same, right?
Same. Yeah.
Like the above query, this query and this query is exactly the same. I can write it in this format as well. No one is stopping you.
Yeah.
Right? So the query in itself is not case sensitive when it comes to SQL, but the data will be case sensitive. Right? Like this query, and if I'll change both the query currently, all the three queries are same currently. But if I will make it this, then it is a different query.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So even in SQL, the data is always a case sensitive thing. Right? The query is not in itself, but here even the column names, everything will be case sensitive.
Yeah. Understood. Yeah.
Okay. Now, so as I said, we installed two main things. Okay, today we installed the server, the MongoDB server, and we installed the Compass, like the UI on top of it. But this UI has its own problem. The first very big problem is that I cannot save my queries as a script. Right? Where like from where I will be saving my things. Right? I am not being like I it will be, I think it will be better if I'm being able to write a script, add a comment to it, because in that way it will be easy to understand. Like even right now, earlier I wrote a different query, let's say where we filtered for age greater than 30, right? Or 35. Then we filtered only for, let's say, name equal to laptop. So we are writing these queries, but we are deleting the previous query and then writing a query, right? In general, that is not a very good way of writing queries. What it should ideally be, there should be a script that I should be able to run, right? I should be able to put my comments, add code in multiple lines, those kind of a thing, which I'm not being able to do over here, right? So Compass is actually not designed for scripting. It is just designed to kind of do writing small queries, just do data sanity check, and that's all. If you want to write the full queries like as a script, then we have a different software that we need to install, and we will install that as well today. Okay, we need to install Visual Studio. Visual Studios also has certain limitation that will be taken care by Compass. Compass has certain limitations which will be taken care by Visual Studio. So one limitation that you can see right now of Compass is that I'm being able to create like data sets, a database collection. I'm being able to create documents. I'm being able to write queries as long as just one single query. I'm being able to write it. But if I want to do a full script, I cannot do that. Okay. To do that, we will be installing one more thing called Visual Studios, right? VS Code. So let me share my screen again. Once we will have these two things installed, then we will be able to write the whole thing. Okay, let's go to this code.visualstudio.com. Code.visualstudio.com download. I will share this link with you.
Hello,
Yeah.
Puneet. I have already the VS Code.
Then yeah, no need to install it.
What to do in this, like Python? Or how to connect? I just missed that part.
Sorry, why we are installing MongoDB? Why we are installing VS Code? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, exactly.
We are installing it because in Compass we are not being able to do the scripting. Let's
Okay,
say if I want to write multiple line of code and save it, that is not possible in Compass.
okay,
Right? The question can be that why didn't we install VS Studio in the very first time itself? The answer is that VS Studio has its own problems, right? That I will be discussing once we have installed this. So we will be
okay,
using combination of two.
okay.
Okay. So guys, please go to this link and then just simply click here if you're using Windows. If you click, it will take you to the next page and it should start the download. But if it doesn't, just simply click on direct download link. Let me know if it is not starting the download for you. For everyone, the download has started. Okay, it should take relatively lesser time as compared to last time. It is a relatively uh, lighter file. Let me know once it is downloaded. Okay. For everyone is downloading the file, right? Very nice. Just simply we need to install it, right? Just accept, like nothing fancy here. Accept the agreement, next, 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 right? Just make sure that all the things are checked. Okay, and then install it. Okay, let me know once it is installed. Let me know once it is done. Please launch the VS Studio Code. Is it taking time to install it? Okay. Not facing any issue, right? Like you guys are not stuck anywhere. So go to Visual Studio Code. Yeah. Do you guys have it open like this? Yeah. Can Should we move on, or like are you guys still installing it? Done. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Can you please click on this part? Can you see it in your open the Visual Studio, or can you please click on this thing on the side? Okay. Here, can you please search for MongoDB for VS Code on top? Here, MongoDB for VS Code, right? And install the first one. Okay, this one, the first one.
The one with the leaf.
Yeah,
The
right. The one with the leaf. Very nice. Okay, so MongoDB for VS Code, and you can just simply click Trust Publisher and install.
Puneet, we have to start a
Hmm.
MongoDB for VS Code, right?
Yes, right. This one, MongoDB for VS Code.
And we have to click Trust Publisher and install.
Yes, right. So that will install MongoDB for us.
And there is a option like Trust Workspace and install.
Yeah, this one, right?
Uh, yeah, this one.
Yeah. Yes, we need to click on that. Okay. Now you will be able to see this leaf just below this, extension. You will be able to see this MongoDB leaf. Okay. Can you please click on that? Okay, can everyone see this leaf?
Yes.
Right? Yes. Please click on add connection. Click on add connection and then click on connect. What we are doing right now, see, the first time when you installed the MongoDB server, the main thing was MongoDB server we were installing, right? And you remember there was one point where we clicked on, we checked that we also want to install Compass, right? So the main thing was MongoDB server, but we installed Compass with the server as well, right? But the main part is that both the things got installed together, so they are bundled together, they are connected together. Okay, Compass as well and MongoDB server as well. Right now, Visual Studio is a different thing, a different software altogether. So we need to connect it to the MongoDB server, right? Otherwise, it will be just be a screen. It will not be able to do any calculation or not be able to run any code. Okay, so what we will do is we'll add a connection. Click on add connection connected by a string, and then on top you can just write this down or copy paste it from Compass. This thing, the same connection that we had in Compass as well.
How can we copy it from the Compass too?
I think it used to be somewhere here.
Yeah, click the plus near connections.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, here. From here you can copy paste it.
Just copy and paste from.
Okay.
Okay, just copy paste and click on connect. And now you will be able to see the same databases that you had created in the Compass, because now the backend is same. It's just that now I have two front ends. One is Visual Studio, one is Compass.
Puneet, after pasting the that MongoDB
String.
localhost, then
Yeah.
what to do that?
Just press enter.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is asking, would you like to automatically start the MongoDB
Yes.
MCP? Auto
Yes.
start.
Yes. Auto start. It is saying that on the next time when you will open this Visual Studio, will you want to run the automatically start the server as well? So yes, I want to start it.
Okay.
Neither, otherwise the problem will be you would have to open the Visual Studio separately, then and go and start the server as well. It will be a problem. So yes, automatically start.
After connecting, then create a playground.
No, the is still here, right? Main
Yeah.
thing is, are you guys being able to see this connection or not? Where you have the same databases that you had in
Yeah,
the.
got it. I got it.
Okay, so see, the main point to notice over here is how both the things, any change that you will make in the Compass, you will be able to see in the Visual Studio as well. Any change that you will make over here, you will be able to see in the in in, compass as well. So why that is happening? Because the backend is same. The both the things are connected to the same thing. Okay. Is everyone reached to this point? Mm, okay, just give me a minute. Guys, give me 1 minute. I think I need to install the Visual Studio again. Give me 5 minutes. Sorry, it took me some time to install it again. Okay, so I hope everyone is here right now, and I'm really, really sorry for not being able to, open it up previously. So you can see that whatever I had it in the compass, I can see it here as well. Now, the problem with the compass was that I was not being able to write any script, right? So here what I will be doing is I will be writing a script. So I will click on create new playground. Playground is nothing but, let's say, a script like this. I can just remove it, Control A, delete, because I will be writing my own script. Okay, do this. Click on create new playground. Okay, create new playground and remove the code which was previously there like this. If it was previously there, just simply select and delete it. We will be writing everything from scratch. Okay, now let's say we will use our, first of all, if I want to comment or something, just double slash and I can start writing the comment. So let's say first comment is let's create a database. Let's create a database and let's give it a name. ShopDB. Okay, I want to create a database, ShopDB. So how to create it? Use ShopDB and semicolon, and I can select the whole thing and I can just simply say run, right? And you can okay, we will run it. And it is saying that we are switched to now ShopDB. Do this, run this. Okay, now check, let's say here also, whether you are being able to see this ShopDB database or not. Also, let's say, check it in the compass as well, right? Are you being able to see this ShopDB database? Are we being able to see it? This one, that the code that we have run, use ShopDB. Are we being able to see it anywhere? Run this and let me know. Yes.
Puneet, where should I see? Uh,
Yeah.
in
Like see, these are databases that we have, right? SDB database.
Yeah,
Similarly, are you being able to see a ShopDB database anywhere here?
no,
No, right? Can
yeah.
anyone guess why that is happening, right? Like I'm trying to create a database, but it is not creating. One thing can be obviously it is a issue with the code, but hypothetically assume for a moment that this code is correct. Then why I'm not being able to create a database? There was one condition to create a database. Do you remember what? I said to create a database in MongoDB, there is one condition. What was that condition?
There should be at least one document in it.
There should be at least one collection in it.
Collection.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, right. So we have not created any, like this ShopDB, we are just trying to create a database without having any collection in it. Okay, and that's the reason even if the query is running, you are not seeing any database. Now let's try to run two queries together. One is use ShopDB. Use ShopDB means that now I want to use ShopDB database. Okay. Now db.products.insert many. Okay, we are doing db.products.insert many. It means that in the database, whatever the database is, products, insert many. I'm gonna insert many documents. Okay, and let me insert two documents. One is same name is laptop, and price is, let's say, 30,000. This is my document one. And then the second document, name, headphones, price is 20,000. Okay, so I have one database, and in that database, I'm saying that in the products collection, insert these two documents. Okay, just you should know what the document is, what is a database, what is a collection. This is a database, product is a collection, and these are the documents. Okay, now let's run it whole thing. Yes. Okay, now if I will refresh it here, why it is not refresh? Yeah, now I'm being able to see shop DB over here. Do this, right? So it kind of confirms our previous thing that without any collection, a database cannot be created. Okay, now we are being able to see shop DB over here with the products collection. Yeah, at least one connection should be there. I'm sharing one more file with you. MongoDB practice dataset. Can you please open it?
Puneet, I have run, but I couldn't see anything.
Just refresh it once. Maybe just open and close it.
Okay.
You will be able to see it here.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Okay. Now I've shared one file with you. This practice dataset. Just Control C, Control V. Okay. We are creating a dataset called employee. And we will be writing queries on top of this dataset.
Puneet, suppose I have run like including product document and employee document both together. Then
Right.
product will
Right.
be overlapped together.
No. So these are two different tables now, you can say.
Yeah,
In this
exactly.
database, right, these two different tables are there.
Yeah.
So in this
But
table, yeah, tell me.
yeah, I'm just asking like suppose I already added product document, and
Mm-hmm.
below that
Mm-hmm.
now I'm using employee, and by mistake
Mm-hmm.
what I didn't selected employee document. I just I have just run the complete file. So will it override like product document or not?
No, it will just create duplicates.
It will create duplicates, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And that is a not good practice. Okay.
Yeah, right. Just simply put use shop DB and just run these two queries together.
Okay. And how we can delete in duplicates in here?
We'll see. We'll see everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I hope everyone has created the database. Now, what I will do is this shopdd.employee dot find. If I run this query, let's see what we will get. Mm. Okay, so db not defined. Okay, anyway, db dot I can use shop db online. Let's copy paste from here. I not writing the employees. Okay, it's not employee, it's employees. Okay, so this is, let's say we will comment it out as well now. Pull all documents. Like if I have to use a simpler language, I will just simply use rows and columns, right? But these are not called rows and columns. It is just called documents. Pull all rows and columns from employees data set. Again, this is not a data set, it is a collection. Do this. Done. Everyone being able to see the output here on this side. Okay. Now the second query can be maybe selecting a single column. So it will be use shop db dot employees dot. Now, whenever we want to like write any queries in which we need to filter either rows or column, it will look something like this. Fine. And then just remember it in this way. If I want to filter the rows, then it will be the first bracket, first curly bracket. But if I want to filter the columns, it will be the second curly bracket. Okay. The first curly bracket that you see over here is for filtering the rows. The second curly bracket that you see over here is to filter the columns. So I will just simply write name one, that I want the name, and let's say, okay, let's just till this only. Run it. And you will see that here I'm being able to see. I just said that I want the name, but the ID will come by default. ID will come by default. Okay, do this.
Puneet, one doubt. What does that one stands for?
What is what? Sorry.
The name column one you are given, right?
One,
Column
okay.
one.
There will be two values, 1 and 0. I'll show in the next example. 1 and 0. 1 means I'm kind of turning it on, that I want the name. 0 will be that I don't want this particular thing.
Okay.
And we had to write every time this huge soft DB for every query.
Right. There is in the earlier version there was a way to stop it, but now there is not. I'll try to figure it out again. Last time I tried, but it failed. Earlier it used to be
Okay.
very straightforward, but from the latest version there is a problem that I'm seeing.
Okay.
I'll check it again.
Why is the first curly bracket is empty?
Yeah. This is what I was explaining. Like later on, when we will be filtering the rows, the data, let's say give me only those employees whose salary is more than, let's say, 50,000. Okay. Now that is a
Mhm.
condition on rows, not on column. Okay, let's try to understand it with an example. Because if this thing is clear, then the writing the code part will be comparatively easy. Let's say I have employee ID, I have employee name, I have employee name, I have, let's say, the salary of the employee, I have gender of the employee, I have age of the employee, something like this. Now there can be two types of question. One questions can be, okay, give me those employees whose salary is more than 50,000. So in this case, what are you filtering? Are you filtering rows or are you filtering columns?
Column,
No, rows, right?
salary bar.
No, I said give me those rows or those employees. Give me those employees whose salary is more than 50,000. So what will be changing? Just imagine if let's say there is one salary 30,000, one is 80,000, one is 90,000, one is 10,000. When I will say that okay, give me those employees whose salary is more than 50,000, what will get filtered out? Rows or column?
Rows.
Rows, right? Because
Yeah.
only these two rows will come.
Yeah.
Right? These two rows will not come, right? Similarly, if I will say that give me those employees who are male, right? In that case, again, a few rows which will get filtered, right? Now, if I will say that from this particular table, give me only employee ID and salary column. Now, what is getting filtered? Rows or columns? If I will say from this particular table, give me just the employee ID and salary, then what is getting filtered? Rows or column?
It's only columns because
Columns.
employed.
Columns, right? Because
Yeah.
out of all the columns, I'm selecting a few columns, right?
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that there are two curly brackets, one curly bracket first and then second. You will be seeing throughout that whenever I want to filter the rows, I will be using the first curly brackets. Whenever I want to do anything on the columns, I will be using the second curly bracket.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's say right now, as I said, right, if you are saying something as one, that means that I want to pull that particular column. But ID will come by default until unless you turn it off. Okay. ID will come by default until unless you turn it off. So pull only name without ID column. Okay, so it will be use shop db dot employees dot find, right? Are we doing anything on the anything on the rows? No. So the first blank curly brackets tells me that I don't want to do any operation on the rows. I want all the rows. Later on, we will see the combination of two. Let's say I want to select a few columns, but don't only those columns where, let's say, I only want to pull employee ID and salary column, but only for those employees who are male. So now I'm applying filter on rows as well, and I'm applying filter on columns as well. Okay, so in that case, you will see that I will be writing condition on both the curly brackets, first as well, second as well. Okay, now let's say I will say name, just like last time one, and this time I will specifically mention that I don't want the ID column, underscore ID 0. Okay, let's run this. Okay, so now only the name will come, right? So just remember that ID column you need to explicitly exclude, only then it will not come. Otherwise, it will come by default. Done. Okay. And to turn off the warning message, I was just checking that. To turn off the warning message, let me write it here. To turn off the warning message, uh, control plus this. Okay. Search for, what did I search for? Confirm run. Uncheck the show a confirmation message. I'll also share it over chat. Okay, so now at least it will not give you that thing that I'm gonna connect it to server. Right? What if I wanted to select multiple columns, not just one column? Pull, let's say, name and department column from employee table. So I'll use the same thing, use shop db db dot employees dot find. First is bracket is empty. Again, we will be using it when we will be filtering rows. Now, for the second bracket, name, I want one because I want the name. Department, I want one. And I need to specifically mention that I don't want the ID column. Yeah, do this. Done. Can we move to the next part? The next query. Right. So as of now, we are just filtering the columns. Now let's filter rows as well. Let's say first, let's say let me see what was the whole data set. db dot employees dot find. Okay, we have city. Okay. So let's say fine. Now I want those employees who are based out of, let's say, London. So city column, and I can say London. Pull all rows. It is London. Okay, you will see that in the data set now only those employees are there where city is London. So this is the equal to condition. Then let's see not equal to condition. Pull all rows from employees where their department is not HR. Okay. So this is not equal to condition. TV dot use db dot employees dot find. Again, we need to write the condition because we are filtering on rows in the very first curly bracket itself. Department, right? And this time we want it not equal to, right? So we will again start a curly bracket. Okay. Within this curly bracket, we'll start again a curly bracket and we will write dollar NE. NE is not equal to, okay, NEHR. These are all the rows where the department is not HR. Then, if done, please save today's file. You can go to File, Save As. Okay, here you can select a JavaScript as well. You can select some other type format as well. Go to MongoDB, and then let's say class 1, 24th Jan. So save today's file. As I was telling you, right, this was a problem with the compass. We cannot script there. We cannot comment. We cannot write the full code like this. We cannot save the file, which we will be able to do over here. Yeah. That's all for today. I think we didn't do much of a coding today. We did just installation of MongoDB and the discussion between how the structured data is different from unstructured data and what are the advantage and disadvantage of it, right? In the next class, what we will do is we will trying to draw a parallel between a little bit with the SQL. By SQL, I mean just simply using this thing that, okay, if I want to select all the rows and columns, how to do it? If I want to select only a few columns, how to do it? If I want to filter out rows based on equal to condition, not equal to condition, greater than, less than, in, not in, right? And then finally, combination of conditions, and condition or condition, right? Aggregation, sum, min, max, then aggregation with a where condition, like all of those multiple combinations we will see and we will try to cover tomorrow. Okay, but so save today's file and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.